Hello friends, now we are going to study about uh, leading case law of family law case Raja Brij Narayan versus Mangala Prasad Rai 1925 AIR 139 PC. The subject of the case is present case deals with the rights of Karta of a joint Hindu family and liability of a son. Now we come to fact of the case. Sitaram was the Karta of a joint Hindu family including the two minor sons. Second fact is that on 4th March 1908, Sitaram executed a mortgage deed in favor of Raja Brij Narayan Rai and Jagdish Narayan Rai for rupees 11,000 for the payment of the two antecedent debts of December 12, 1905 and June 17, 1907. This property was ancestral and joint Hindu family property. Now in year 1912, Brij Narayan and Jagdish Narayan Rai filed a suit against Sitaram and obtained an ex parte degree against him. In next year, 1913, on behalf of both minor sons, their mother moved an application to the court for the order that the mortgage was not binding upon her minor sons and thus that ex parte degree was null and void. In the written statement on behalf of the appellant, it was stated that Sitaram executed that mortgage deed for the payment of antecedent debts. That is why its execution from the joint Hindu family was legally valid. Now the case comes to trial court. Trial court held that the property was ancestral property of joint Hindu family, but further held that the ex parte decree of the year 1912 was not binding upon plaintiffs because they were not made party in that suit. Now the case comes to the High Court. An appeal was filed in the High Court. High Court sent it back to the trial court for finding out the mortgage was for the payment of antecedent debts or not. Now the matter reversely comes to trial court. Trial court took some more evidence and sent it back to High Court. Now High Court found that it was somewhat impossible to say anything regarding the use of antecedent debts, hence dismissed the appeal. Now the final appeal was made at Privy Council. Privy Council questioned before Privy Council whether the disputed mortgage was made for the payment of antecedent debts and mortgage was valid or not. Privy Council discussed that the question and held that the property of joint Hindu family was binding for the payment of antecedent debts, but Karta of joint Hindu family must not act arbitrarily but act for the benefit of the entire family. And also said it is the pious duty of a son to pay the father's debt. He is not, however, liable for any illegal or immoral debt of his father, and also his personal property is not liable for the payment of his father's debts. Only his share in the joint family property will be liable for the payment of that debt. Privy Council found that disputed mortgage was for the payment of antecedent debts, hence this binding is binding on the property of the joint family and thus binding upon sons also. And finally the appeal was allowed. Principles of law laid down in this case. First, the Karta of joint Hindu family is fully empowered to mortgage the property of a joint Hindu family for valid necessity of the family. Second, if a Karta of a joint Hindu family is the father, the undivided joint family property will be liable for the payment of a debt taken for any moral necessity. The mortgage made by a Karta for the payment of antecedent debt is legal, but such antecedent debt must be antecedent in terms of time and fact. Above rules are not affected by the fact whether father is alive or dead. Thank you, friends.